Or is Crim gonna go absolute god mode?
I throw trophies to block smokes. What do you do?
Oh my god, he gets it off. Can he get away with this fight? Oh no! It's Crimsix that makes the play! The Empire strike back.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Tyler Polchow, aka TeeP, and this episode is number 4 of the Barracks, presented by Metro by T-Mobile, the #1 brand in prepaid. Today, we're going one-on-one with Crimsix from the Dallas Empire. The most winning player in Call of Duty history, has had success on multiple Dynasty lineups in Call of Duty. And today, we're diving into his head, trying to break down why he is the most successful player in Call of Duty thus far, but maybe talking to his coach a little bit too. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. First off, it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Ian. Basically, I want to pick your brain a bit about recent events and your rise to becoming one of the most well-known and successful Call of Duty players in history.
Okay.
We're starting off today with an interview segment called Game Changers. Your team's been dominant so far. A little bit of a struggle, I guess, going into the launch weekend, but you guys bounced back super strong. You brought on Rambo as your coach. You guys have been doing really, really well in the CDL. How's the team and you been preparing for these individual matchups versus some of these top teams since you guys had a little bit of a break?
Pretty much, I mean, Tyler, you know how I think. Your team is your own worst enemy, or yourself. You can think about what they're doing. You can think about what they're going to do, but at the end of the day, like if you're not playing, at the top of your game, if you're not the best you can possibly be, you're not going to beat anybody. So that has always been the goal for us, always just to improve no matter what. Even if we're beating teams 250 to 70 or 250 to 249, it doesn't matter. You always just, in practice, always try to improve. I mean, we're just also having fun while we're playing, so it's a good time.
When you guys formed this roster, a lot of people were talking about you and Clay being the leaders, the mentors for these younger guys coming in, Shotzi, Illy. Hook's basically a vet at this point, but I guess the younger guys. How has that balance been so far? How have you and Clay sort of handled being the dual leader on this team? I guess, would you say like you're the shot caller? Would you say he's the shot caller? Or is it like you find it a good balance so far?
Yeah, there's definitely a good balance. It's actually really nice because, I mean, you were coaching our team last year. Yeah. It was pretty much like it felt like if I wasn't small talking or like, commanding the troops, making play calls, and no one was. And in reality, it should be, at least 2 to 3 people in every single team who should be doing that.
Absolutely.
And it just takes a lot of strain and pressure off of myself, at least, to have another person there doing that. And it's probably the same thing for Clay, just because, it's so hard. I don't know. The best way to describe it is, dude, we were playing some Warzone tournament squads, and I remember I was like the guy who was making sure our money was good, making sure we had, self-revive, UAVs, telling people to drop money. And at the end of the day, I didn't get much kills or as many as I could have gotten, because I was so focused on that, because no one else was totally. no one else was thinking about it. And a lot of teams have that issue, and our team is not really the case, because everyone's constantly thinking about that. People have, I mean, even Kyler's been calling shots and he's been calling plays. So it's just nice to not have one designated person doing it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's stressful, man. I've definitely been on teams before where I had to be the guy all the time, or else we weren't getting that same sort of small talk, and you kind of have to be the boss of the team.
Yep.
Do you feel like the younger guys have gotten better? You've been teaming together for a good amount of time now. Do you think their comms have gotten better? Do you think you and Clay have impacted them in a positive way?
Yeah, I mean, just from the start, Shotzi, Ant went from Botsy to literally
Botsy.
They used to call him Botsy, and now they're calling him Spider-Man in tens, because it's actually insane how much they've improved. And I think that me and Clay have been pretty much a really good point to learn from. Like, probably one of the, I don't even know if there's a better point to learn from, or two people
not really
on a team. So yeah, I mean, it would be tough to find two people that have like our experience. So but yeah, and then you know, Ender, he's always been pretty like incredible at S&D, and you know, he's kind of like the goofball of the team. So he's always providing laughs. And then Kyler's actually a lot funnier than I thought he would be, but Kyler's he has some freak games. So
when you formed this team, you were in a very interesting spot. You're coming away from the roster we had last year, right?
Yep.
All these new teams get formed. You find yourself on Dallas Empire.
Yep.
You finally have this separation from Seth, Scump. Did you feel a certain amount of pressure coming away from that situation? Like, did you feel free or did you feel pressure? Like, what was your thought process? Because that was a big move, bro.
Oh, at first, man, it was like, what the hell just happened, right? And then I was like, dude, after all that, just to do like that, you're gone. You're
so
done.
Much work, right?
Yeah. So much stuff for, you know. I mean, we won a whole bunch of championships, and then we didn't, and then all of a sudden it didn't matter. But then about like, I think it was like a week after it happened, or finally, like, you know, our team's formed. There's some difficulties getting every player on the team, but we got it done.
Yeah.
Hasher pulled through, and you know, everything was set, and then all of a sudden, like, just a weight completely lifted off my shoulders, because I was like, this team, I was like, and we all knew, we're like, this is like, you know, I've said it multiple times, but it's like a perfect storm. It's just like the perfect mix of players. And I didn't really know Shotzi that well, and I didn't really know Kyler Hook that well. You know, I knew him a little bit. Hook's always been one of those guys that everyone has wanted to team with. Everyone tries to team with. I think we try to pick up Kyler like 4 or 5 times in the past, but never happened. And anyways, I had no idea if people were going to be like selfish or, you know, play for themselves. And that's something that I've dealt with since the beginning of my career. And this team is not that. This is the first team I've ever had where people don't care about the ending stats of their stats. But our KDs are not high. You know, if you've looked at it, they're not high at all. And but the results are there. So, but our team, you know, we're not playing for that. We're just making the habits that we're making the plays that we develop in practice. We're doing them. And I mean, if you go negative, you go positive. Like, at the end of the day, if you're still making those same plays and you're winning gunfights, then you're gonna do better. And that's how it always should be. It shouldn't be like, hey, it's match time. Like, time for me to slow down. Time for me to bait my teammates. Like,
I agree with you completely.
You know what I mean? Like, and
it's about replicating what you're doing in practice, not trying to step up for the big game. Or you know what I'm saying? And that's what
like
I always thought too.
Last year, man, it was just like match time comes around the corner and our team completely changes how they play. And I'm just like, dude, like, we don't have to do anything special to beat this team. Just
we got the talent. We got the talent.
Yeah, just play our game. Like, why are we changing stuff? And I mean, it's very refreshing because I just know, like, now I have no excuses. Like, I play bad, it's because I played bad. It's because, you know, we're actually like, and I can see it. You know what I mean? When I've played Call of Duty for this long, I can see when someone's like playing selfish, playing selfless, you know. But I notice and I can tell that my team is playing exactly how they would play.
That's awesome.
You know, in practice. So what we're used to.
I love to hear it, man. Yeah, going into the way this split went down, I feel like it was pretty positive for everyone. I know Dashy and Tej weren't having the most success earlier on when they stayed on OpTic, obviously going into CDL, but they're starting to turn it around. I think, you know, Seth and Formal, they're having some success over there. I guess the only one kind of struggling right now is Barlow.
Come on, Barlow, get off Rust.
Over there on Surge.
Barlow.
But overall, man, I'm glad to hear that you're in like I don't know, like it's like a renewed energy out of you. You finally have your own claim to fame, your own journey you went off on with this new team. Obviously, you got Clay back with you, but it's awesome to hear it. And it seems like you guys have really good chemistry when it comes to in-game. People aren't playing super selfish, and you guys are having a lot of success. To sort of spin off on that, you guys are putting in a lot of work, obviously. who's the one player on your team that plays the most? Is it Illy or is it someone else? Who grinds the most for you guys?
Right now, I still might play the most.
Yeah.
But I play Warzone a lot. So if you're talking like competitive, probably Ender or Ant.
I mean, you've always been a grinder, so I'm not surprised at that. But so you've played different games, different shooters at the highest level throughout your gaming career thus far. You played COD for a while, you played Halo for a while, you came back to COD, but you really found your home in Call of Duty, obviously becoming the most winning player.
Yeah.
So I guess take me back to the time where, I don't know if you want to talk about the Halo transitioning and then back over to COD, but what was the moment for you where you said, gaming is it? This is what I'm going to do full time. Can you break? Was there like a pivotal moment for you it went off in your head where you're like,
I think probably Black Ops 2 Champs. I mean, that was at a point in my life where you were on the team. Like, I was probably about 24 hours, 48 hours from joining the Navy, or at least enlisting and then going to college. And doing that.
That's crazy to think about, right?
Yeah, and then I get the call from Patty Cakes. He's like, dude, come team with me. I'm like, dude, who are you? I don't even know you, but sure, I'll do it. And I just remember looking at Black Ops 1 stuff. I was like, all right, he's pretty good. I'll do it. But I had no idea who he even was. I don't even think I ever played with you back then either.
No, I didn't know who you were either. I was like, Pat wants to play with this guy. Man, I'll give it a shot. You know me. I'm like, all right.
Yep. And then
might as well.
Yeah, it was Black Ops 2 Champs when Farico won. I looked at the players and I looked at why they won, and I was just like, man, we could definitely do that because we got fourth that event.
We were pissed.
Yeah, and we got fourth with 3 players. So, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, dude, we could easily do that.
100%.
I think when I knew was when I could, because my parents charged me rent after I turned 18. I had to come up with $600 a month every month, and I was just working part-time jobs doing that crap, and then I realized wait, I just made so much money's worth of rent that I was just I was just screw this
stuff anymore, right?
Yeah, and I mean I was going to college and I was just dude, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I was just
I made the decision to stop going to school and stuff too, and that's probably part of the reason why we went on that dominant streak where we all kind of trusted each other enough at that moment once we made that team, and that was all we had. We were sacrificing other parts of our life and we had to win. So, yeah, that league play thing was, I couldn't imagine doing that now. If we had to do that now, I'll be like, we have subs, right? I'd be like, what are you're gonna stick it on Tommy or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Tommy,
poor Tom, dude.
All right, I'll get Tish too, man. We might have to get someone else as well.
It's crazy thinking back, but another year older, Porter. Moving forward, you're one of the more established older players in the league. What's your plan? How long do you want to go for? I know we've talked before. You wanted to get as many championships as Tuger got, who has sort of set the precedent for greatness in shooter games and winning, things like that. Where's your head at, man? Have you thought about not playing anymore? What do you think?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one because at the end of the day, in order to keep going, you gotta still be able to pay bills.
You gotta grow up, right? Adulting stuff.
If I had a bunch of World War II years,
yeah.
If I had 3 of those in a row,
that's when you're like,
yeah. then that is when I'm thinking it's probably time to move on. You know what I mean? But
for sure,
after World War II, we bounced. Black Ops 4 is kind of tough because honestly, it was just, I don't know. I just felt like we were all on different pages, but the talent was definitely there. And then this year happened, and we're playing really well. So, but at the end of the day, if you're placing within the top 4, you have a chance to win the tournament. It's just a couple mistakes or little things that could change, a fourth from a first. If I were to be placing 8th through 12th consistently, then I'm like, yeah, okay, time to move on. But until that happens at a consistent rate, then I think I'm gonna be playing. So
love to hear that. All right, Ian, that's gonna do it for the game changers. We're gonna move on to the Hipfire segment now. What we're gonna do is we have 90 seconds on the clock. We have a bunch of questions we need to try and rip through, and you're competing against some of the other players that we had on the show. Okay. So basically, 90 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna start firing the questions at you. If you don't like the questions, go ahead and skip. We can come back to it later if you need to. But we have 18 different ones that you need to try and get right, all right?
All right.
Okay, ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What team currently has the most total kills in the league?
Us, or Huntsman.
Who is the youngest player currently in the league?
Ender.
Name one player on the Toronto Ultra.
Cammy.
Who currently has the lowest KD on the Empire right now?
Me.
Who currently has the highest KD overall in the league?
Skip.
Who currently has the most deaths on the Empire?
Me.
Who did the Royal Ravens add to their lineup at Seattle at this home series tournament?
Trey 0.
How many countries are currently participating in the CDL?
Team-wise, 2.
Who is the coach for Minnesota Rocker?
Oh, wait, Minnesota Rocker, Brian Saint.
Who on your team are tied for the most first bloods?
Ender and Kyler.
Which team won the first Warzone weekend tournament?
Paris House Campers Legion.
Which COD game had the Favela multiplayer map?
MW2.
Which COD game had the Dome multiplayer map?
MW3.
Which COD game had Hijacked?
Black Ops 2.
Which COD game had Crash?
COD 4.
Which COD game had Octane multiplayer map?
Skip.
What year did the first COD game release?
2009.
How many COD games total are there?
17. No, that that was way wrong.
You were close on the last one, I'll tell you that.
Really?
Close.
It was probably like 14.
It was 16, actually. So this is actually insane. We have 3 people now tied at 11. You just tied with Mox and Envoy at 11, and then Simp had 10. So you're tied for first, Porter. He's not
until someone gets 12 or 12, and then I'm tied for.
Yeah, then you shoot on down. But hey, 11, not too bad. I like how you got the one right where you had the most deaths. You knew that one for sure.
Easy. I remember that one because someone roasted me on Twitter. I don't know if we're actually throwing this in, but they're like you have the most deaths in the CDL, and this was like before May, so we had the most events played out of any team. Someone's like, yeah, you have the most deaths in the CDL, and then they were all, or someone replied saying, well, he also has the second most kills in the CDL.
Because you just have more gunfights because you've played more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how it works.
I was like second in kills and then first for deaths, and I'm just like, oh, that's actually not that bad then. But
who cares, dude?
I know. Who gives a
win or lose?
I throw trophies to block smokes. What do? You tweet me trash talk? Like, come on, man.
Hey, as long as you get the win, who cares, man? Yep.
I'm the anti-smoke, anti-utility player. That's my role, Ray.
Role player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't throw anything at the Dallas Empire because I'm there.
All right, folks, moving on. Now we got the Staying Connected segment. Porter, we have a surprise guest for you to talk to, buddy. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Yes. Who do you think it is?
Hastro.
Nope. It's Rambo Ray! Rambo, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, guys? I'm going good.
Dude, Rambo, one of the Call of Duty legends, man. A lot of people look towards you as like one of the first tacticians of the game, if you want to call it that. But I wanted to pick your brain a little bit on what your experience has been so far being the Dallas Empire's coach. You were obviously working at Sledgehammer for quite a while there. Was it a difficult decision to move on from that?
Yeah, it was honestly like the main reasoning for me kind of seeking out elsewhere than Sledge was really the cost of life in the Bay Area. It's like absolutely ridiculous to kind of live out there. Super expensive.
Cali's not cheap, buddy.
No, it's not. It's super nice. The weather's great. You get to play golf on Christmas, but
right.
But yeah, no, I mean, obviously super excited to be back in esports and teaming with guys that I obviously competed with before and against, and being on the same organization as I competed with before with Envy, obviously the Dallas Empire being associated.
Yeah.
It's everything seemed to make right, and then Dallas, and then the players on the team, and I mean everything just kind of like it was a perfect storm of all the things happening, and really kind of my excitement for it couldn't be I couldn't really be praised it enough as how excited I was to kind of come back in the scene and play, or not play, but be part of the competitive scene with those guys again.
It's awesome, man. A coaching role I feel like has always sort of fit your personality, your style, and how you played the game before. So yeah, definitely makes a lot of sense. You're back with the Envy organization overall. I guess now next one for you, Porter. Were you guys actively looking for a coach the entire time when you formed the roster? Did you guys talk about this a lot, or did you just sort of know when the opportunity came up?
I think we knew the whole time, right, Ray?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we were just waiting for your visa, correct?
Yeah, they were.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They were told, so.
Yeah. I think we were told, like, when was it? But
pretty early on.
Well, we didn't know that you were going to be the coach. We thought that you were going to be the GM.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's what we knew. And then, I mean, there was a situation because our thought process was, me and Clay will help, win the respawns. So we wanted to get someone who was good at S&D, and then that was kind of thrown out the window. Was something that came up, and then we're just like, and then I think that was when the decision was made to move you to both, right, Ray?
Right.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
And honestly, kind of speaking, I used to play and compete, and it's kind of crazy to see, not really to see, but to think how much game development changed my perspective on a work ethic and understanding, and more specifically communication. I'll be the first to admit I was a hard person to team with back in the day.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot through my years working on the corporate environment, and I think it's helped me greatly kind of be kind of on a good level with the guys. Never really kind of pissing people off, so to speak. Maybe Porter, I piss you off sometimes, but
he's easy to piss off. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I mess with Ray a lot too. We both mess with each other.
But no, it's been great, dude. And honestly, I can't really attest enough for what Crim and Clay have done for the younger guys on the team. And even before I come on, obviously I'm putting my 2 cents in and whatnot on the things, but these guys brought them a long way from where they were when they first started, and you can see their performance growth. I started working with the guys, and it'd be a week and a half before the LA event, which isn't really that much time to do anything. I didn't really have that much involvement, and you saw their performances just kind of getting better and better as the year went on, and those guys are really kind of the main guys for that. They put in their sweat and tears, and again, maybe not speaking it in the best way to those young guys, but those guys are rocks, man. Those guys are they want to learn. They're willing to take the crap, so to speak, here and there, and they've done a really good job of taking all the criticism and turning into a good thing for themselves. Because they could have easily just shut down and really take all that criticism in a negative way and not grown from it, but they really super huge props to those guys for taking it the way they have. Because
conversation we had I think it was a month ago or before the last the Chicago home series. I'd always use the phrase yo, never do this, never do that, when 80% what I really mean is 80% of the time don't do that, but there might be one situation out of 10 where what you did is the right play. And I've never had they're so willing to learn that they remember all this stuff, and they were taking stuff too literally. They were taking it okay, I'm actually never gonna do that again. Never ever will I do that again. My past teammates, I've had to say something 4 or 5 times for them to actually stop doing it. But this time it's you say it once and literally they'll never do it again. So
big difference compared to before.
Yeah, or it's it's like if I say, you know, we should be going left, like if this comes up again, we should be going left, and then the next time comes up, they're already there before I'm even thinking it. So it's definitely a good situation to be in.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was gonna say, like, speaking to our workflow, like I don't want to say, I hate that word, the word vibes, but kind of the mentality of the team and how we're kind of growing every day and progressing towards what we're trying to get to strategically is just like through the roof. Like, even on the teams I've been on in the past, like I've had very few teams that have been able to work this fast. So it's just kind of like putting what Porter said on the pedestal. Like, it's amazing to see the amount of skill we have on our team. But what's truly scary for me, if I was on another team, is really to see how quick we're learning and how quick we can adapt to what's going on. And it's crazy, man. It's super exciting.
I feel like vibes has become this blanket term to chemistry and like unison within the team. Yeah. And I think that it boils down to respect. That's what it is. When you get on for scrims every single day, are you a collective unit trying to get better at a singular goal? Or is it people trying to improve their own individual situations for who really knows? All right, I keep this one lighthearted. What's one thing Crim could improve upon as a player or whatever?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Give me something.
What am I picking? This is my time. Okay.
Give me something, Ray Baby.
All right, Crim. I'm
bitching
being
in
honest
practice.
Yeah, 100%. Complaining. 100%.
Wait, Ian bitching? No way.
100%. He knows too.
Moaning.
He knows where I was going with that.
Moaning in practice.
He knows. Ian, back over to you. Since Ray has joined, what, I guess, changes, biggest spot of progress? What has Ray brought to the table that you felt you guys may have been lacking or missing before?
Gaiazos.
You
gotta gas me up more than that.
Ian loves his Gaiazos, bro.
I'm out. Yo, OGLA, you guys need a coach? I'm coming. Let's get back to Cali.
Yo,
I miss it.
The Gaiazos.
It's just like, the Gaiazos just show everything, you know?
Yeah.
They show where they're spawning. We know like how someone got snuck by us. Obviously, just Ray being like that third person to like help us out in, you know, any sort of team situation or anything that we're like, you know, what just happened? Like, why did this happen? And then Ray knows like immediately. Like with Ray, there's no conversation. Ray's just like, he sees it, he understands what happened, he understands like how to then tell us exactly what to do in like the shortest amount. Like he's really blunt with it. He's like, he'll be like, you know, or what happened today, Ray? It was like some team did something and we're like, Ray, take a guy out of that. Like mid map, we're saying this. We're like, take a guy out of that. And then right after we watch it, and everyone's like, okay, we're gonna do that next time. And then the second scrim, we did it, and then the other team lost so much full that we started listening to Chingy in the middle of the map. What did he say? And then Kyler started singing the song too. Then I started singing it, and then, you know, it was funny. That's just, you know, how we do things. But
seems like the unison is there, the chemistry is there, and there's that respect with the young guys to the older guys. And hats off to you guys for putting everything together so far. Hopefully you guys can keep on dominating. Ray, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
I got a lot of respect for you. Congrats on your success so far, and congrats on the move to the Empire so far. Hope things continue to go well for you, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Later, guys.
See you, man.
Later, Ray. See you tomorrow.
Later.
Let's move on. Now we have the VOD review. So what we're going to do is we have a clip from the LA Home Series. Do you remember that crazy hard point you had, the ending on Hackney versus the Rocker?
Yes. Oh, God,
sort of
I'm
like
getting exposed on the KD right here.
Oh,
so my worst game of the tournament, not even close. All right, I'm there.
Dude. I guess just like walk me through this thought process. You guys are in a pretty good spot. You have the lead. You guys are going to end up rotating towards the backside hard point. But when this situation went down, obviously you're having a rough game. Was that the only thing that had to do with it, or is there something you guys could have done better?
Well, no, I could have easily just won the game for our team right here. Towards the end, I mean, I don't really remember all too much going on right here. I mean, yeah, the flip, like, we knew they were coming that direction. Kyler right there, number 5, probably should have went left going around, and then he would have had a 1v1 for spawns. And it said Clay's got to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, we ended up getting spawns, but it would have been so much easier and so much quicker if Kyler just went around right there. And I mean, now, like you know, it can be like vice versa. Like today, we went around too much in scrims, so and didn't hit this green hill enough. But I remember right here, yeah, I'm 4, so you see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Minnesota did something weird. They all hit left. I remember this. I kill 7 dies, and then watch what happens. I'm sitting here, and then they all decided to go left. The biggest thing was 5 right there. Like, Kyler shouldn't have died.
Right.
And then I realized that guy spawned late. Like, or I should have rotated back way quicker. You know what I mean? And then right here, we talked about this. Ender should have went top window. He should have went camper to spawn kill, or at least block the camper spawn. And then, because right here, we're getting out flooded because they're spawning so close, you know?
Right. So basically, it was like a slight delay in the rotation to start off with, and then you probably should have reacted slow. And then if he goes top window, you're totally right. He can go to the top window and influence
Block
the spawn
spawns.
there.
Yeah. Instead, Ender just went back and forth on the staircase.
Right, which didn't really accomplish anything.
And then, like, yeah, I mean, he did, like, I don't know. He didn't contest. He didn't look at the window. But the biggest thing was that if I would have realized right when number 5 spawned up, like, I could have traded that kill and got to the hill, like, a second earlier. Or 2 seconds earlier right there.
Right.
So that was the biggest mistake right there.
Gotcha. So just like, there's an order to things. And if someone kind of messes up the order, like even a split-second timing, with how spawns are in this game, it can get away from you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But, all right, moving on now. That was a crazy comeback from the rocker right there. Unfortunate for you guys, but hey, it happens. As long as you can improve it.
Made the finals entertaining, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True. I was thoroughly entertained. Moving on now, we got the top 3 segment. So, here's what I want to hear. You've won so many damn tournaments, Porter, all right? Mm-hmm. You're a beast. What were the 3 that stick out for you for tournament wins? Like, which ones felt the best? Just 3. Even though I know you've won how many? 30?
Yeah.
30? What do you got?
Definitely not Ghost Champs.
Ghost Champs was...
Because that shit was a cakewalk.
It was easy.
It was easy.
It was easy.
Probably, I'd say Gfinity 2 or Gfinity 1 because
G1.
Because that was the one where like, oh shit, like we just went back to back, like we just did it like consistently. Or I'm always asked this question, but I think the a cool one that I don't really talk about was the first ESWC. In Black Ops 2. You remember that crowd?
Oh, I remember.
That was unmatched.
That was incredible.
Unmatched.
Chills, man.
I would say that crowd was the size of every single World War II event combined. Like, that's how...
Probably.
The fan base. I would say maybe the Vegas win was good just because that World War... Because I went from... Before World War II, I went from winning, like...
We needed that bad.
Dude, I won, like, 6 to, like, 9 championships per year.
Yeah.
And then in World War II, we won none. So it's just like, okay, I can win again, you know, in Black Ops 4.
Validation, for sure. Moving on now. We got TeeP's Takes. In this one, we're going to have some, maybe some controversial topics about Call of Duty League teams, players, recent events, whatever it may be. So I'm gonna say what it is. I'm gonna give my take on the situation, and to follow up, you could either agree, disagree, or give me whatever candid thoughts you have on the topics. All right.
Okay.
First one. Pristini leaves the Florida Mutineers and joins Chicago Huntsmen in place of Gunless. Well, Gunless is still on the roster technically, but basically takes his spot on the starting lineup. My take on it is that's the type of player that they needed. I think the way that he plays is really going to benefit a player like Scump, a player like Envoy, someone to go in first. Could definitely end up being a sort of scapegoat. You know how that fan base can be at times. You were once sort of a part of it, right? So I think it is overall a good move, though. They were able to win the last tournament. They looked really good already on short practice, kinda. But what's your thoughts so far?
I like the Brasini pickup, but I also really like how Gunless plays. So
yeah, Gunless is one of the best players that is in the league. I agree.
And I also think that Gunless was in a situation where it's like Gunless just wants to win. He doesn't care about the viewers. He doesn't care about how many people are watching him practice and stuff like that. He was sort of like he almost took my position of being that guy that he said you should go right instead of left. That's what the fans are saying to him. And dude, that situation is terrible. I mean, yeah, but Prasini's definitely the player that team needs.
Yeah, for sure. Going to be interesting to see what happens with Gunless, because he's a top talent. Will people try and make moves for him, or will he be just hanging out for a while? Moving on now, a little vote went down, for those that didn't really know, of mid-season changes, things along that line for the CDL.
Yep.
Domination is still in. My take on it is we're pretty deep into the year already. I didn't think the pros were going to make some sort of dramatic change with champs coming up and everything. Everyone's sort of in their groove right now as a team. As far as domination as a game mode, I don't think it's ideal. I think we've seen, game 3 modes in previous CODs that were obviously better than domination, but it is what it is. What's your thoughts?
Man, I've been saying this, and I might be the only advocate for this, but dude, imagine this. Map 3, 2v2 gunfight. You have 5 people.
You're getting crazy now.
No. Hear me out. This would be the most. This would go from the least viewed map 3 to the most viewed. It's going to be the most viewed map if this was the case.
What is it?
So you got 5 people on the team. Your team, say SMG round comes up.
Yep.
Right.
You pick 2 people.
Yeah, you pick 2 people.
Whoa.
Say the AR round comes up, you pick 2 people. The sniper round, the pistol round. You know what I mean?
It reminds me, it's like penalty kicks.
Yes.
Where everyone else is kind of waiting and you send your guy. You know what I'm saying?
It would be that
That'd be wild.
It'd be that one game mode where we're playing on symmetrical maps where it's everyone has the same gun and it's all just skill, tactics, and it's quick. It's entertaining. It's not S&D, but it's not really respawn either. You know what I mean?
As long as you everyone can potentially get involved, because you need your ARs in at a certain round.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's a sniper, you want your sniper in.
Yep.
Actually, I like that. That sounds like it would be way more entertaining than Dom.
It would be super entertaining.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
that's an interesting take.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know how it'd play out, but I know for a fact it would be super entertaining. People are still getting tweets about, the last CDL thing, Warzone thing, about who won or who lost the gulags of pros on pros.
And that's basically it. That's gunfight.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for TeeP's takes. Those folks in the comments, get involved. Let us know what you think. We'll be reading the comments for sure. But that's going to do it for us, Porter. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you today and getting your thoughts, man.
Thank you for having me.
And again, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
All right, hell yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Barracks, presented by Metro by T-Mobile, the #1 brand in prepaid. Make sure you guys check out our other episodes with Mox, Envoy, and Simp. Subscribe to the Call of Duty League YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next time for the next episode.